This is Gemara Baba Basra, Daf Kuf Ayin, Baruch Hashem. We're walking into the final week of this incredible and quite lengthy Masechta B'siyata Dishmaya. We'd like to dedicate this year as lezchut Rafua Shlema for Tinok ben Miriam Ahuva B'seich Sha'ar Chayle Yisrael. Pick it up in the bottom of Kuf Samach Tasim and Beis. We're about 12 lines from the bottom as we quote from the Mishnah Rashbag Omer. Teaches Reb Shimon ben Gamliel, you give someone a matana, you return the shtar, chazara matanasai. The matana goes back. Says the chachamim, the chacham imrim matanasai kayemis. Begins the Gemara by asking, my taima de Reb Shimon Gamliel. Amar Ravasi, nase kaimer loy sadazuna suna lacham. Says Ravasi, the reason why Reb Shimon Gamliel holds that when you return the shtar, the matana goes back is because we make it as if one says to his friend, this field is given to you, kol zman shashtar biyadcha, but it's only given to you as long as the shtar is in your hand, and therefore the moment that the shtar is not in your hand, then it is no longer given to the person. Ask the Gemara, therefore it goes back like Reb Shimon Gamliel. Maskif la rabba yachi, if that is true, if it's lost or stolen, it should be the same thing because it's not biyadcha, which of course can't be. Ela marabba be'oisiyos niknes b'mesira, suggests the Gemara 7 lines from the bottom that the machlekes of Shimon Gamliel and the Chachamim is a deeper and a lengthier machlekes whether whether a shtar, whether letters literally can be acquired through Mesira. Rashbag Savar teaches of Shimon Gamliel, Oisiyos Niknes b'Mesira. Rabbanan Savri Ein Oisiyos Niknes b'Mesira. Say the Rabbanan, letters, Oisiyos, are not nikna b'Mesira. And that's the reason why, according to Shimon Gamliel, you can be kind of by giving back the shtar. The matana goes back, not so according to the Chachamim. Tana Rabbanan continues the Gemara 4 lines from the bottom. Haba, 1 second, where do we go? Here we go. Haba lidan bishtar ubechazaka. Says the Brisa, if someone lives in a property and he's coming to argue with the previous owner, and the previous owner contends that it is his, he has a shtar, he has a chazaka, nidan bishtar divri Ravi. We go by the fact that he has a shtar. Whereas Reb Shimon Gamliel Omer b'chazaka. So b'maikamivli, what is this machlekes, whether it is a shtar or chazaka? Says the Gemara on the last line, Ki asar avdimi Omar b'aisa nixim mesira kamivli. This is our machlekes, as we turn our machlekes that we're suggesting. As we turn over to Kaf Ayin Amid Aleph, and you see this is a daf that has double Rashbam on both sides of the page. Says the Gemara, what is the machlekes? Rashbag Savar on the top line. Such is the machlekes. Amrle Abaye asks Abaye 3 lines on the top. If that is true, plukta ledamar. This is a machlekes of Amar of Rabbah. Because he said above, the Shimon Gamliel holds, Oisiyos says yes, niknes b'Mesira. Whereas according to what we're explaining now, he holds the opposite. Amar lei v'tiflik. So what's the problem? Why can't we have a machlek as how Shimon Gamliel holds? Amar lei kamina chaz my kasha. Matznisa loy mitirza. My kasha is the only way we can explain is kidemitarza mar, the way that Shimon Gamliel holds that Oisiyos is yes niknes b'Mesira. And if he does not hold that, then you're going to be left with a stira. So based off of that, Elamar Abaye lines in the Tavach is skinning on Shenimsa Echan Me'am Karoi Vaypasel. The machlekes is when one of the Eidim is found to be a relative or to be basel. Ubeplukta the Rameir of Rav Lazar Gamifically. Rebbe suffer like Rav Lazar Damar Eidim Isira Karti. The Eidim that witnessed the item giving it over is the one. This is a machlekes by Gat. Famously, from the very beginning of the Masechta, that the one that sees the get being giving over, he's the one that creates the krisus, severs the bond of marriage, and therefore, similarly, Rav Shimon Gamliel savar k'rameir that what amar edi chatima karti. No, it all has to do with the signing of the get, and therefore, if there are witnesses that say that it was given over, it will not be enough. Asks the Gemara, V'amar Rav Abba Moide Ayer Rav Eliezer B'Mezuyav Mitaychai. Rav Elazar is Moide when it's Mezuyav Mitaychai, when the document itself is flawed, when the document is inherently pasul. So why would Rabbi say such a case is kasher shu pasul? Elamar Rav Avina Kol Moide Shu Kasa Bai. Everyone admits if the star is written in as Agnel Edus and Shal Edus V'Nimsa Edim. If the star was written predicated on the Edim, and those Edim are found to be forged, Shu Pasal Rav Abba. What is the machlekes of b'shar she'ein alav Edim klal? We have a star without Edim. So what's the machlekes? So explains the Gemara. It's a different machlekes. The Rabbi Savarlik Rav Elazar made the Mesir Karti or Shavag Savarlik Rav Meir Dam Eidi Chasima Karsi. But again, this is going to be particularly because of this case. It's a star she'ein alav Edim klal. Viva Yisema says the Gemara another teretz. Another famous machlekes which we've had many times. So in his Maida they write the shar, do you have to Mekayim it? The Rebbe says the Gemara, but we have learned the other way. Beginning above Mitzia, and I dropped it and you found it. Who it was yours, but I paid you back. It's some of the halacha is to Mekayim the star with the Chaysam. Rav Shimon Gamliel Leimer says Rav Shimon Gamliel Yiskayim Yachlaiku. No, you have a debate, and therefore we right away go down and we split the star. Yachlaik. Va'avina ba'am, we pondered, Leslie the Rebbe did not hold of Rebbe, or did Rebbe not hold of the following Mishnah that says, Shtayim Eichsim Vital Zamar Nivus Asiyah. So how is this different than the classical case of Shtayim Eichsim Mishtar that we do indeed paskin yachleik? If the document is mikuyam, if the document is verified, the klum please no achleik is yachleik. Keep leaking mishaina mikuyam. Then Rabbi said, "The judge calls achleik kaima vi mikayim like avipalgo. You collect half." And if not, it's a piece of paper for Ashbag Savar. No, but the judge goes to eight sarch like Haima Yachleiku, and right away we're going to say Yachleiku, a second Mahalach, second terror to the Gemara. Viba Yisayim La'ilam La'itepach says the Gemara, 12 lines to the bottom. Really, I'll tell you no. La'ilam La'itepach. La'ilam, we're not going to split around. La'ilam, we're not going to split around the names, but rather suggesting Amar, you know what the machlekes here is? The machlekes here is Bilavarer, when you have to prove. Can we use one of the litigants in the case? Does he have to prove a claim that there was no reason for in the first place? Rav Yitzchak Bar Yosef had a loan against Rav Abba. So let, if you tell me you paid it up in front of Reuven and Shimon, let them come and give Eidos. And so he responded, what's going on over here? If they don't come, am I not believe that I repay them? What do you mean? We learned there's no obligation to pay back with Eidim, so why would I not be believed? Responds Rav Abba, Amar Lei, 6 lines to the bottom of Abba, he kishmaitza demar svirle. In this case, I hold like Mar. That what? Amar Rav Abba, Amar Rav Abba, Amar Rav, Ha'im lechaver praticha, if they plenty, 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 then you have to bring plenty, and then Gavedis, that's what our case will be referring to. But Rav Abba does not give up 2 lines to the bottom. Amar Lei, Amar Rav Gidla, Amar Rav Alacha, Kedivir Shimon Gamliel. And even Rebbe doesn't actually argue. Ella bilavar. So how are we explaining now that it's not so pashit which way the psak would be? Explains the Gemara as we turn over to Kuf Ayin Amid Beis. Explains the Gemara. Ananami levar kamina. So says the Amar Le Ananami levar kamina. I also say that the Eidim are just being used as levarer to prove, to corroborate the claim, because he also holds that we're going with the shita of Rebbe. And we conclude wrapping up today's share with one more Mishnah. Mishapara mixas chayve. What happens when part of a chayve is paid? What do you do with the shtar? Rav Yehuda, you says Rav Yehuda, you switch the shtar for a new shtar that only says part of the debt. And Rav Yossi Amar Yichtov Shaver receipt. Amar Rav Yehuda, if it says Sarchliyah Shomer Shaver, I'm an Echbarim. What do you mean? If you give a receipt, then he always has to watch the receipt. Amar Rav Yossi Kach Yafel Live Layar Koicha Shel Zeh. Says Rav Yossi, yes, indeed, that is what he has to do, and the lender is better to be doing that than to be weakened by requiring him to return it and then take a shaver. Even though it's a little bit higher on the page, we can stop over here after the Mishnah. We'll pick it up from the Gemara, B'siyata Dishmaya.